But it's okay. Welcome back to fanSERVice Podcast. How you doing, fandom? I missed you.
Actually, we didn't, because we recently went to an event where we got to meet and make some friends, some fandom members, some people who follow us now, which is super exciting.
I'm so grateful.
Yeah. So we got to do our slow rollout, our mini launch, but also to attend Hope on the Stage at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. We're from Jersey, but we like to pretend to be little city girls.
We're city girls. But I will say, in terms of our proximity, it was so convenient to get there. I'm super happy and grateful for that. I do know that it kind of sucks because a lot of people do not have access to that. New York City is right around that corner, but we are God's favorite, so we were able to go to this concert, and I'm super happy. And we were able to get somewhat affordable tickets because that's a pain.
Yeah, and it was crazy being there. I mean, knowing our travel system and then seeing people who are from Mexico, Argentina, Brazil. I mean, there were so many different countries. It was crazy. We got to interview someone from Ukraine. It was just it was such a cool community. So that was awesome. Yeah,
it was amazing and so beautiful too, because everyone was so expressive and happy and excited, but also the fits, girl.
Yeah,
I love about just most concert experiences, but especially a K-pop concert experience, is that everyone feels they find their inspo and they make it so well executed.
We're lookers.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. The cool thing about it too is a lot of people were wearing merch from the concert. A lot of people were wearing the Hobie shirt, jersey thing, the burgundy jersey if you didn't see it, look it up. But the burgundy jersey from the concert. But everybody wore it differently and made it unique. I'm always jazzed to be around y'all.
Yeah, shout out to people who came as chickens. For chicken noodle soup. Shout out to people who made jackets with all the eras of the artist. It was just super cool. It was really exciting. And also shout out to the people who made the signs that we held up at the end, because that is a hard job, and you had to hand them out at the front of a train station. It was so nice. It was a wonderful message. So I really want to shout those people out especially.
Yeah, that was hard because we went out on Thursday. So we were there for Thursday night's concert, the first one, and it said to hold it after the ending meant. Yeah. And usually, if you've never been to a K-pop concert before, when they say this is our final song, we're gonna go, don't leave.
Lies.
Don't leave, because they're gonna come back.
Yes. Encore.
They're gonna come back and give their encore, and then usually they will talk after their encore or say something. Well, no, they'll talk before the encore, but then they'll say something to the audience and be like, thank you guys, whatever, I love this town, blanket statement, whatever. And then you can hold up the sign. But Hobie, he was moving, and it was the first one. And when the artists have bigger venues, you have to pay for all of the time that you have at those venues. So I don't know if there was a bit of a time thing, or if it was just the first run, so they weren't really 100%. And he was doing fan meets after as well. He was doing send off. So the timing thing, I think, for everybody wasn't perfect for him to see the ARMY message. But yeah, definitely grateful for people who organize the ARMY message, because that's a sweet thing to do. Yeah. And love being part of an organized fandom.
Obviously, we've spoken about it before, but at a K-pop concert especially, you get a lot of freebies.
Yeah.
So that whether it be photo cards, stickers people made, friendship bracelets with the artist's name or song names on it, bookmark. I got a bookmark and I use it in everything now. I love it. And with beautiful quotes by J-Hope, and it was so nice and wonderful. And they made sure to also include things that could pertain to BTS in it, which I thought was really, really cool. So we came away with so many amazing keepsakes from this experience that also speaks to the people who created it and took their time. We made some ourselves.
When you're interested in K-pop, maybe your friends aren't interested in the same thing. Like we said, as Black women who like K-pop, I have a lot of friends who don't also like K-pop. Yeah. So thank God I have Dia, thank God I have my cousin, but everybody's not like that. So So if you are like, hey, I'm going to this concert by myself, I bought this ticket, I'm kind of scared, I hope I can like find someone in line to talk to or find someone I'm sitting next to make a friend, make freebies. And then what better way to make friends with a stranger than to give them a gift? I'm saying
to give them a gift.
Give them a gift of friendship.
Give a gift of a K-pop photo card. It's amazing.
But yeah, because if that's what you like and that brought you there, I guarantee there's someone else who also likes that.
Yes.
And so we met someone.
Yeah.
Who it was her first concert, and she was by herself. And shout out Bethany. She was like, what am I doing? She was like, I don't know what's happening. She was so sweet. She was so cool.
Yeah.
And we were equally nervous because we were looking to do interviews on site for people who are waiting in line. You can check out our social media pages. We'll add our tags.
Yes.
But so you can see those interviews. But the way Barclays is set up, it basically has really good transportation.
Yeah.
So we were able to come straight into New York from Penn Station, straight to Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Yeah. And we came up at the venue.
Yes.
And she was like the first person we saw. So we were like, let's just rip off the Band-Aid, let's interview her, Yeah. So, and then Adia like got her talking and got comfy and yeah.
She had her Hobie merch. She stood in line. She looked amazing.
Yes, girl.
I love it. And she was so welcoming and so open and so excited. And she was saying how she was obviously there by herself, and we were like, well, you got a friend. We're gonna be with you. And
a good person.
She even was such a wonderful person that she even helped us as we continued on.
Yeah, because I think she saw that we were like, oh shit, we gotta interview people.
Yeah, so
she was like, excuse me, do you want to do an interview for a K-pop podcast?
Yeah, she really was asking people for us, and she said, oh, they look awesome, they look open, they look down. And I was like, they really are. And she was helping and holding the camera and helping pass off mics. And we went inside and we were like walking each other to our seats and everything. It was just a wonderful experience. So Beth, like, thank you so much. That was so awesome. And you really did a great job filling in there.
Yeah. You made our experience good.
You did.
And we hope your first K-pop concert was great. I mean, it was Hobie, so like it is. But
yeah, of course.
We hope your first K-pop concert experience was also good. The other thing about Barclays that I did like was that it felt like very accessible.
Yes.
The line waiting outside was not. Can't even lie to you. Won't lie.
That was stressful.
Because like New York traffic and the way it was set up and like the way people, it's not pre-gaming, but like the way people preset for a camp. Yeah, like you're camping for a minute. And the lines were long. I mean, they got you in time, but it was a hustle because it was just like you keep going back. I did see a lot of people who had physical disabilities who were able to get into the venue, who were getting help from security there, which seemed really, really considerate. So I was grateful that it was like a good venue for that as well. Because you don't always see that at a lot of K-pop concerts. Like when we were at, I need not to call out certain venues, but especially on the floor for certain venues, it's not the safest for people who are disabled physically.
But Barclays seemed to be a really nice venue overall for that. And even the flow of a lot of the lines inside, even though it was very packed with people, they made it as helpful as possible. Obviously, there's a lot of people inside of these venues, and the lines that were in there were going as seamlessly as possible, especially the merch lines. Speaking of Beth again, she had to do things because thankfully they allow the merch to be sold a day early. Because a lot of people stand in line for a very long time for merch at a K-pop concert, sometimes days before. Why? But also, it's okay. I understand you want it. Now, I don't like people who bring suitcases so they can resell it. But to each their own. If you want to keep it for yourself, different story. But she was able to get. They have these specialized jerseys for J-Hope, at least, that had each city name on it. That was one of the merch pieces. There was also an acorn that was at different cities as well. It's always a different color depending on the city, and it has the city name on it. There was like a cute little towel. There was a fan, of course, with J-Hope's face on it. There were so many things that I could not afford. So sorry, I could not splurge towards that, but I did buy a ticket. You're welcome. I love you, J-Hope. But do I wish I had the merch? Yes. Do I still want a jersey? Yes. Can someone please give one to me for free? Yes. But
dry bag.
But Beth, no, she looked amazing in it. I was like, oh, I really want. And there was a crossbody bag, the one that she had as well. It was super cute. You know, if you know J-Hope,
Hobie's a bag bitch.
A bag bitch. She had a bag at the end of the concert too, as he was dancing. Crazy.
Yes, he did.
But no, a lot of people had it, and we spoke to so many other people who also had gotten merch early. How? I wish I knew, but they were all super, super amazing, and I'm so happy that we got to talk to them.
Can I talk about one of my faves?
Yes.
One of my favorite people we met is Sheila. I love Sheila because Sheila matched my energy, because I was like, it's like having the theater background, it's like I don't have stage fright, but it's like when you do theater, you have a script. So I didn't have a script, so I was just like, I mean, we wrote questions, like we're professional, we're professional, but like I didn't fully know exactly how it was gonna, because I would have a flow. Like I was like, what do you want to talk about? What's your favorite part about J-Hope? Cool, it bounced back, boom, 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 boom. And she was like, bam, 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 bam. And I was like, I love this. I love being here. I love talking to you. Sheila was fun, and Sheila was like, oh, K-pop stan. So the opposite side of Beth. Sheila is someone who is, saw Card, which was like I'm not gonna say Card's a deep cut, but Card's a deep cut if you're not like, because I feel like if you go to any BTS member's concert, or if you go to a Stray Kids concert, there's a chance that you're going to find people who are only interested in that one artist or that one group, right?
Or at least like the very big ones.
The famous groups, famous K-pop groups. So pulling out Card, I was like, slay! Like you saw, and saw Card a minute ago. I was like, you know what? That's real shit. There were a couple.
Yeah, and she was going to see Stray Kids later, which we're also trying to do.
Yeah. Find us, Sheila.
We'll
hang. I hope it's the same day. I don't know. But, no, Sheila's great. Just, I think an example of the energy that most people bring to K-pop cons of like, and I think a lot of people who go to these are kind of introverts.
Yes.
So it's hard to get people to agree to do an interview. Yeah. But I'm grateful for everyone who did. I'm really... Thank you.
And I completely understood the ones that didn't, because whether you're camera shy or there were so many people from like all over the world who weren't super confident in having a full like English interview, which is understandable.
Yes.
But they were all so like wonderful and giving still. But yeah, even the shy people, like I spoke to a girl named Lauren and a girl named Emily who were awesome. They were dressed as squirrels. If you know about Hobie, it's squirrels. And they were so sweet and wonderful, and they had like the jerseys on with the squirrel costume, which I thought was a flex. But they were like wonderful and sweet and so quiet and a bit timid in nature, but they were like obviously like so happy and giving away freebies as well, and interacting with people and keeping the excitement and keeping the like the sunshine energy that the artist themselves gives.
It's cool when you see it bringing people out of their shells. Because they want to interact that bad. Like, they want it that bad. You know what I mean?
They do.
They're like, I will make a friend today. You know? And I love that.
And everyone has similar interests. We're there for this amazing person. So we're all there with a common goal. I'm happy that they did it for us too, because I'm not to say I'm shy, but like going up to random people and saying, hey, we're two people who have a podcast and want to talk to you. It's a little stressful, but everyone that we did speak to made us feel very, very confident and comfortable. Just to bring it back to the fits. Okay. I interviewed these two people from Virginia, I'm pretty sure is where they came from. A lot of people came from Virginia and Maryland, by the way. I understood because like usually there's a concert near the DC area.
Y'all are making that high.
Yeah, but the venues are not very big in the DC area, so that's why they most likely didn't do it for this concert. But Jamalele, gorgeous name by the way.
Yeah.
And Ja, probably bold statement, the best fits I saw in my opinion.
I love Ja's locks. Yes. I had lock envy.
Yeah. They
were like floor lengths, baby. I had lock envy, can't lie to you.
Yeah. There was like a pink vibe that was so gorgeous. Jamalele definitely is like a fashion girly nature.
Yeah, check out her Instagram.
Yes.
Plug.
And the butterfly just
shameless plug.
She looked amazing, and they were so giving and wonderful, and the nails were nailing. I was blown away.
Not to put them out there, but I do think for us, seeing Black women who were older than us was and I'm not saying old.
Mm-mm.
I'm saying experienced,
because
you know it don't crack,
and gorgeous.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The skin was flawless, but seeing them there was like, yeah, y'all are killing, you know.
Yeah. There was Lexi, who was there. I'm pretty sure with her dad.
Oh yeah, shout out to the people who brought your parents.
Yep.
And significant others.
Okay.
We tried to interview Lexi's dad.
Yes, we did.
Lexi's dad said no.
He said no, and I said, honestly, sir, I respect your privacy.
I think we were trying to get men too, because we
Yes.
wanted to have some kind of like
to show the diversity that was there, because there was a lot of different types of people and expressions there,
and they consistently said no.
Yeah, and I
thank you guys.
And you know what? I'm okay with it, because a lot of it was that you were there with a girlfriend, you were there with a group of friends, you were running to go get merch, you were running to go get food, you didn't want to be interviewed. I completely understand it. I'm not mad, but yeah, Lexi's dad we've definitely tried for. I understood why her dad maybe didn't want to jump in. She was a college student though, and her dad did come, so it definitely gave that he wanted to come himself. So that's kind of dope.
Her nails were so good though.
They were so
They were
pretty.
Hobie themed.
Oh.
Because they were great. They had like, I think one was Jack in the Box, one was like Hope World. They had like the flower with the smiley. Like it was just
colors.
They were so intricate. They were so good. I know what I cost some money, mama.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was awesome. Again, great vibes, impeccable person.
Yeah.
The kind of person you want to meet at a concert. And also a multi-stan.
Yes. She also saw Card, I think.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah,
okay.
Which was like real intensely interesting. I was like, y'all have seen some cool people. A lot of people saw 17 beforehand too. I was like, oh, you guys have been places.
Right. They've been going from concert to concert to
Yeah.
concert. So unfortunately, when we were doing these, this is our first time doing this, so we did lose some audio from some interviews.
Yeah.
And one of my, I feel like one of our most unique interviews that I'm really disappointed that we didn't get to keep the audio for, because I don't even have her name written down, because we were like meeting people and moving.
Mm-hmm.
But we met this girl who was from the Ukraine, and she was there with her mother, and we asked her if she would want to do an interview, and she was kind of apprehensive at first, because she was like, I don't know if I want to do an interview in English, it's going to be taped. And then we were like, well, she had her Google Translate, and she's like, can I use this? And we were like, heck yeah, let's get in there. And again, it's crazy how the love for K-pop, the love for a certain artist, the love for music, the message is just international. And I feel like especially for a concert like J-Hope, like that's someone who preaches nothing but love and acceptance.
Yeah.
Really does. So if you go to that kind of concert with an attitude, you're just the wrong one.
What are you doing there?
And I don't know her life. I don't know what she's going through, but I do know the present political climate of what's happening in Ukraine. And so I'm so sure that that's something that just, you need a release. You need to let your soul just be, and to just have an hour or two where you can kind of lose yourself and forget. Mm-hmm. And so I hope that concert was that for you. I hope you were able to have fun, because that was her first K-pop concert as well.
She was like, I have never been to a concert before, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that's so exciting. I'm so happy for you. You deserve this.
Yeah, and she said she like begged her mom to go. Like she really wanted to go, and her mom was super sweet too. Shout out to you, Mom. Yes. She was in the background like yay during the interviews. She was super nice.
Also, Laura and Ursula, who both came from the Dominican Republic to watch this concert. Yeah, they were super awesome and so sweet. And Jessica as well, who I spoke to when we first walked in. She was super cute. And I was super happy to talk to all the people we talked to. They were also all just amazing and welcoming. Yeah.
Okay, so enough gushing about folks. Yeah. Let's gush about J-Hope.
My favorite thing.
Wow. So this was my second BTS member concert.
Yeah.
Because we saw technically third, I guess, actually. Yeah. Technically. Well, because it's like, it wasn't a full-scale concert.
No. But you did also see Times Square.
Okay, yeah. That was...
That was...
So, I'm going to say third. I'm going to go with a hard 3. After Suga, D-Day, and then Jungkook. 7 release-ish time in Good Morning America. So, seeing J-Hope was super exciting. I didn't know what to expect from seeing a solo concert from him. I saw Lollapalooza, And I think this did have a different vibe from Lollapalooza. What he said, I think I watched an interview at some point that he said this was supposed to be like Lollapalooza 2.0, kind of like a heightened version of it.
Yeah.
And I definitely, I felt that.
Yeah. It was a spectacle.
Yeah.
Which is what I would expect coming from J-Hope and BTS. Like, it gives, I'm a dancer, I'm meticulous, I'm the reason that these stages are as, like, tight as they are. So watching it in just him by himself on stage with just dancers.
And it's still engaging. Like,
yeah.
You're not bored. You're still invested.
It was fun. And the audience was going ham.
Yeah, and what I like about Barclays specifically is that, or Barclays? I don't know. Whatever. Even if you're far back, you're not like on that angle. You know, sometimes in really large arenas, there's that tilt where you feel like you might fall over and smack on the person in front of you. Even if you're high up there, it doesn't feel like you're gonna keel over, which I really like. And the vision, like the eye line, was super, super clear, because we still got videos where we could film the stage, we could see the TV, obviously, but even seeing Hobie himself was clear. Like, yeah. I was not like, oh, is that him? Is that, you know, like, we knew what was going on. So that was, I enjoyed that too. Not outing us for having cheap seats, but
we had far back seats, but were they cheap?
Exactly.
That's a deeper issue with dynamic pricing. That is something we will probably go into later. But ultimately, I think that the entire experience itself, it was such a heightened, fun time. Everyone was so, like, excitable, because obviously you're putting on a show. The whole point is that you're already excited to just be in the same room as the idol that you're there to see, right?
For sure.
But the reality is that he kept you so heavily entertained that we were just like, I don't even remember exactly what happened, but after like the first two songs, I blacked out a little bit and just was fully in.
She always does
the moment.
That, bro.
I do, because it was wonderful. I just screamed and threw my army bomb until the batteries went out, because I didn't listen to my own advice. And pack another set of batteries, so that is on me.
Yeah.
And thankfully you were gracious enough to let me share, so thank you for that.
Okay.
But
I was taking it anyway.
Yes, but it was super, super fun and amazing, and the fan chants were chanting.
Yeah, people were in it, and I like that people were still doing the BTS fan chant, because I feel like a lot of times when artists go solo, they try to like start a new thing, but I like that we were still doing like OT7 fan chant. And you could see him smiling too, because like he was like, oh, it got to my name. You know, like it was cute. He
was so happy. We have to talk about Mona Lisa.
Right. Okay. So that was a crazy premiere debut, because I mean, we didn't know that was gonna happen. First night, first US stop, and he was going through a set, and we were like, yay! No, if you go, I feel like we knew every song that was going to be played at them. Like, we didn't just stop. We ain't start a K-pop podcast because we ain't know what's fucking going on. We knew every song that was expected to be played at the concert. We know his whole discography. That's why we paid that much money. So when the song started, I was like, and then I leaned over and I was like, I don't know this song. And I was like, me, I do know the songs. But I was like, maybe I'm still like baby army. Like, maybe I really don't know what's going on. So I was like, Adia, I don't know the song. And she was like, yeah, it's a new song. And she fucking lost.
Okay, that was a great reenactment, because that was pretty much exactly what happened. Imagine like your little iPhone and you're like just putting it away because you're like, I just finished filming the last song, Sweet Dreams was so sweet, wonderful, how beautiful, he's in bedazzled jeans, and then the lights go out and you're like, awesome, we're going on to whatever the next one is, and all of a sudden this like turnt ass song comes on and I was like, oh, what cover is this?
And bopping because it's good.
It was great. And then immediately I was like, hold on, there's full choreography. And it's sexy.
We're getting a new song.
And I freaked the frick out. I could not control myself. Again, the fangirl truly came out for a moment, and in a way where if it was with my dad, I'd be like, oh, I'm embarrassing you. I'm shameful. But I was in my own space. I'm a grown ass woman, so I enjoyed my time. It was wonderful.
Yeah, and I mean, they were on it too, because they know Army's crazy. I think there was a setup so that Billboard had the first tweet out of the premiere because they knew, I guess, obviously they knew he was going to premiere the new song. So I know people were like trying to send it to their friends or text that, and everybody was like, my phone's not working. Yeah. So they jammed the Wi-Fi for sure.
Stuff, to make sure. I was like, all of a sudden, I couldn't even see what was happening on anything. Yeah. But I was getting notifications, and then you couldn't see it. Yeah. And I was like, okay, they were on top of it. They were on P's and Q's with that.
But it was cool because they were morphing like the faces of people in the audience into the actual painting of the Mona Lisa.
Yeah, practical effects. We love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. And it was fun because we have been blessed to have been in the room or in the area when first performances have happened a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
And or something that was very much like special for that place because of, again, proximity. It is the
New York
fortune of being near New York.
Yeah.
And being a giant hub when you are on American soil. So that is kind of why. But I'm just very, very happy that we were lucky enough to get the first day tickets because we were originally trying to go to the next day.
For sure. Yeah. We wanted to see his last day.
Yeah. Yeah. But we were there, and the room was electric. Now, it's not a J-Hope concert without a fit.
Absolutely.
Because if you know J-Hope, you know fashionista by nature.
Just kidding. He's so rich, he's not a maxinista.
Honestly, given the amount of things that he has, possibly
he
maxinista. I was very happy and at times surprised with the types of fashion he used in this concert.
Yeah, because it's not traditional J-Hope happy color hoopy that we see all the time. So it was different, which I liked. I liked too. It gives range and it shows the growth, the maturity. Because J-Hope's he's 30.
Yeah, like 31, 30.
That's a grown man. Okay, grown man. So it was cool to see that trajectory of like, oh, it's giving full grown adults now. I love the Mona Lisa belt buckle.
Yeah.
This diamond-studded Mona Lisa belt buckle.
I liked the red outfit in the beginning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then that little, like, pop of that grill right there. That little, like, tasteful tooth grill. It was tasteful. I was like, oh, okay, he's swaggy.
Did he also have, like, a boa on it at one point? Or, like,
it was like a fur.
It was like a mink.
Yeah. A little mink.
A little mink.
The outfit he had as well when they got to like the Hope on the Street area of the concert dedicated to like street dance. And so like that whole area, I really liked that because it felt very nice and loose and authentic and very much the type of outfit I would love to wear, but I feel like it wouldn't work on me. I'm just being honest with myself.
I feel like nothing's ever gonna match mullet Hobie for me because that is my what do they call it? I don't know what the term is. That's my Roman Empire. Yeah, that's my Roman Empire. But I think that when we get back to K-pop group vibes of being with BTS, that we'll probably see some more of that.
Yeah, so I'm excited
for that. I feel like everything that we've seen from the solo artists is just it's just a little app. It's an app. It's an endless app. Because there's gonna be multiple.
Yeah.
It's like what do they call it in Spain where you get the little plates? It's a fuck. It's
I'm gonna say it's a panchan like in Korea. Like all those little like side dishes that you have like kind of before the meal.
Oh, okay.
Like it's not the main meal.
It's just more on brand for our podcast. So we'll go back.
I guess so. I couldn't remember the name of the Spanish one. I was trying to think of it, and I was like, "Ooh, girl, I also have had that before and don't know what it's called."
Yeah. Well, we'll edit it here somewhere.
Put it there.
But yeah, no, that kind of just taster for everything that's about to come. Like you're just prepping for your meal.
Yeah.
Because this comeback, baby. Ooh, I'm so ready. I'm very ready. I'm so
excited. Like everyone's they have their aesthetic. They've taken a lot of time.
Yeah, they know they are.
And I'm very happy that like even this concert especially showed how realized J-Hope is as an artist.
Yeah. And
it's so lovely to see, and it's part of the reason that I love so many solo artists from the K-pop world, and I wish we could have seen Taemin.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That was
an expensive ticket, okay?
like 10 minutes before the concert, it was still an expensive ticket.
Yeah.
What's going on, Taemin?
What was going on? that's an example of like extremely realized, amazing solo artists who are also
he knows his pocket. For sure.
And made an amazing show for even someone who wouldn't know their music and has a very eclectic taste of music too. So it was very nice to kind of witness.
Yeah. What I like about Hobie is I feel like with this concert, it really felt like, especially as a solo concert, like he really went back to his roots. You know, because like it was heavy dancing. Lollapalooza, granted, it wasn't a solo concert; it was a festival, but still, he danced, but it was very like, it still gave that K-pop-esque-ness of like, this is all very planned, this is all very like structured, and not to say that this concert was not structured, but it did have the elements of freestyle in the dancing, in the hip hop, where people were just enjoying themselves, having a good time, you know, and that, I don't know, it just. And especially to be in Brooklyn and to do that, it just felt so like...
It felt
great. This is just natural. We're all just vibing together as a room instead of like the nerves of performing.
Everyone was just equally matching the energy back. And that means that you're very good at what you do. If you can get the room to match you and feel you and understand you, even when they don't speak your language at all. It was beautiful to see. And speaking of the dancers... having such an emphasis on those backup dancers who, by the way, we're killing it. A dancer dances. What they did for Love, it was on that stage. It was amazing. Shout out to like all those amazing dancers. I followed all of them because I think they're super cool. They're all all over. They all like specialize in different styles and things, but it didn't even show when they were doing a full scale performance together because it was just that you guys were. I mean, I don't.
They know their craft. They know their craft.
He also like gave them the moment for the end of the concert where you saw their names.
Yeah. Which is a big deal.
And gave them like a little like we got to see them like just go off freestyle wise, and that was so wonderful.
Yeah. And even the members of the band, you know, they all got that. I mean, that usually is commonplace to give the members of the band their shout out, but it was just, I don't know, like Hobie and DJ was like this too. I feel like they are not afraid to showcase the Black talent that they benefit from.
They do.
You know, and that is an important key to being able to, one, keep your finger on the pulse of the art form that you are a part of, but also to really connect with your audience and to connect with audiences who are
diverse.
Like
the people on stage were a perfect personification of what was going on for people who were watching.
Yes, exactly.
And that feels so comforting. And beautiful. And it felt as though it was giving honor to the talent that is from all people. So especially if they're the ones that are also consuming it, like it felt extremely authentic in a way that was so refreshing.
It was just so on brand for J-Hope. Like it had been so long since people, and we talked to people online who had seen the last concert BTS as a whole did, but it had been so long since people had heard "I'm your hope, you're my hope," that like when he introduced himself, people were already crying because like doing something like that in K-pop, that is hope, that is profound, that is not commonplace, and so we have no choice but to stand.
We love to practice what you preach type of person. We love that energy. It's part of the reason that I so deeply stan BTS, I myself, as an intense army. But like it's also part of the reason I love so many different like performers and artists and idols in like K-pop, because there feels to be there's more authenticity being kind of pushed, and it feels so nice. I can enjoy what I'm watching while also actually feeling connected to it, and just having fun without the extraness that comes from being a fan of color, who I do have to worry about things. I care, and I feel like they do too, and that feels amazing. So.
You can also see like I love during the pre-encore, before he comes back out in like his chill clothes, his play clothes, as my mom would say. If anybody has a black mom, you know. Before he comes back out in his play clothes, and you know, they do a camera on everybody in the audience who has different signs and different outfits or uniforms or whatever they put on specifically for the concert. And it's my understanding that they do have a camera or a TV back there to project as he's changing so that he can see the signs that people have. My favorite one was the Dudes for Hobie sign.
Yeah.
And the crowd lost it because
Went wild.
Because we were trying to interview a dude, number one, but also because like they are not a monolith, you know. You can be a man and be a K-pop fan. You can be a straight man and be a K-pop fan. Yeah. So seeing the Dudes for Hobie sign or the Dads for Hobie is always like, it's great. Like, love that.
I love the Black Girls Love Hobie sign because like I'm a black girl who loves Hobie, so we do. Obviously, like a lot of the like sugar like J-Hobes and then like
Latinas for Hobie.
Yes, like it was just a lot of like amazing signs that like made everyone feel so together and cheer for each other. BTS 7 because they are.
Okay.
But there was also like all the flags from all the different regions people came from.
Yeah.
And that was not to say it makes me like I'm a passion girl. I get emotional sometimes, but I like the idea of feeling how connected we can all be and and seeing someone like with the Mexican flag, with the like the Ukrainian flag, with like the Brazilian flag, because Brazil, you all always show up. I love that. No, they really do. And they are good.
Shout out Brazilian Army, bro.
Yes, they are keeping everything down. I'm being so real.
Yeah. It was an English flag.
Yes, and it just felt so nice because I was like, oh, your plane ticket must have been expensive, but it's worth it.
You know.
And I'm happy that everyone had an amazing experience. I hope that everyone did, because of course, like, things do happen, but it was a wonderful one for us. And I'm so happy that we went. Honestly, I want to go back.
Great job, everyone.
Great job.
Hope was on the stage.
Yes, yes.
J-Hope was on the stage.
He was on stage. There was a lot happening in the city surrounding this concert, so there was so much for people to do.
Everybody was ready. Everybody was ready, and there were like specialty events, because I know like. Even though it didn't have its own tour, but when Jungkook's Golden came out, there were a lot of specialty events in New York for Golden. In New York, I think the location is just great because there's always pop-ups, there's always things to do, but especially if there's an event happening. The city was ready for Hobie. They were ready to go. Yeah. So when that kind of stuff happens, like all of the local restaurants, like all the Korean restaurants, even for the Golden premiere, like I said, like they were prepping for that. The karaoke places were prepping for that. So it was nice because there's always something to do after, or there's something to do before. If you make it like your weekend, there's something to do. So I enjoy that. Yeah,
for sure. And a big shout out to everyone who did like specialized events from Army. Like they did like a dance class before the concert.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on our day. It was 11 a.m. and I had work. But they did one of those. They had an after party after both concerts. Okay. They had a separate K-pop like club night in another part of the city the same day. Wow. Magnolia Bakery had like a specialized banana pudding for Sweet Dreams. Cute. I'm mad I missed it. Sorry, I was in Georgia having also very good banana pudding.
Yeah.
It was great.
That was a quick turnaround for you. You were like, 3 states in 24 hours, let's go.
Hopped off the plane and then was at the concert.
Yeah, that was nuts. Great planning from everyone around. Mm-hmm. It was just a really fun, really enjoyable experience.
Most of the time, we've been to a couple of events. Thankfully, most of the events I've gone to in our friendship, I've been able to go to with you. And when it pertains to any K-pop experience I've had of a grander scale, so I'm super happy about that. And of course, it gives vibes because like you're vibey. But I love going to events where Army are there because it ends up feeling very familial.
Shout out to the fandoms.
Shout out to fans, because it really did feel so safe and secure and just fun. So you just enjoy yourself. And even though we were also like putting in the work, it didn't feel so overwhelming in the moment because it was a collaborative effort with people that we had never met before that day, who I can graciously say I would love to hang out with continuously past that.
Yeah. Our next event, I'm honestly kind of nervous about this one because the thing about Hobie is that he is a well-known artist. So everybody at that concert, I think, is more like, we know, not that it's because it was people's first concert, but I just think when you have a more popular artist, everybody's more like, oh yeah, obviously we love this.
Yeah.
Whereas our next group that we're going to see is a group called Only One Of. They are also a K-pop group.
Currently 5. There are 6, but they do have 1 member in the military.
Shout out Only One Of. They're they are different than mainstream K-pop, I feel like, right now. And so I really love what they're bringing. I love what they're giving. And I love that they're coming to New York.
New York!
So we get to see them. And I'm super excited. And hopefully we're going to be able to interview some people in line for that as well. So hopefully you guys want to talk to us. If you see us, please say hi. And we're going to try to have some freebies and things for that as well. So holla at us, get your freebie.
And feel free to like follow us on Insta, TikTok, Twitter for like live updates from that concert. We do love giving out that content, giving you what you want.
Yes, we will go live for at least one song during every concert we attend. So just pay attention.
Pay attention. But we're really excited for that one and to make more freebies because that was really fun to do as well.
Absolutely. Yes.
And shout out to like Aiden, our friend who makes stickers at Aiden's Sticker Store.
Yes. Thank Aiden.
Who helped us with those stickers, and also Dial's mom, who's awesome.
Mom's our teacher. She gave us things to make our keychains. And for Aiden's Sticker Store, if you guys are interested in getting personalized stickers or stickers of your favorite idol, definitely contact Aiden's Sticker Store on Instagram because they will make those and mail them to your house.
Yes.
And Aiden's got a great personality and he's cute as button. So do that.
And we love him. We love him and he's good. So.
Yeah. So we're not going to do a serve for this little concert recap, but we did want to talk about our favorite moments of the Hobie concert. So Adia, your favorite moment.
All right, I guess. It's so much stress. No, I loved so much of this day, but I was so like happy and felt so just the amount of awe I had, the amount of history in the dance that was shown during this concert. There were so many elements of hip hop dance, whether it be popping, locking, or house, all of these types of things that I love to see, and the moment that was given to the backup dancers to have their moment to shine, to show the specialty that they're a part of, was really beautiful to me, especially because we were in Brooklyn.
Right.
Where hip hop dance is, it's one of the core places of it. If
Absolutely.
We're being honest. It's also the place that hip hop was created. But I loved being able to see a story being told through the dance in this show, and it has been a minute since J-Hope was giving dance forward in his art.
For sure.
And I'm not mad at that because I actually think it was
music
beautiful.
first and figuring out who he was as an artist.
And it made people have to kind of take him a bit more seriously because,
for sure,
obviously the package. But I love that he went back to his love of that first art form that he started out with.
Right.
And it showed and it exuded off the stage. It was just so much fun.
A good time.
And it introduced people to maybe a different dance style that they probably knew and the different music that they knew, but seeing it in real time, especially that female house dancer who was... Yeah. My uncles would have loved that. They love house dance. Yeah. So it made me very, very happy to see.
My favorite concert would be the production in general. I think a lot of times when we see the stunning visuals of a lot of these performances that we don't give the credit and the respect to the people who are working behind the scenes. And this show, I mean, the effects of the Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
One, captivating, but we also didn't know it was happening, so that made it extra cool. The intro, literally the beginning of the concerts, the way the concert started, it was like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen The Lion King on Broadway, but during that show, there is like a sinkhole moment where, if you know The Lion King, there's a drought and all the water in the Pride Lands dries up, and on stage, on the Broadway version, they have like this beautiful sheet, and it symbolizes the water, and they have a fan and it's moving, and then they are able to pull the sheet through the stage and it's all the water like leaving the stage. And they kind of did something like that with his staging, and the fabric removed to just reveal like the different levels of the stage, and he was just laying on it, and he was like completely covered by the fabric before. It was dramatic. It was just giving. It was just so, I can't explain it. You need to YouTube it. You need to watch it because it's good. You should have watched her live. But it was good. I love that.
Yeah, that production was crazy.
Yeah, and it takes money to do that. So shout out to having enough money to make that happen.
Yeah,
you get that bread.
Yeah.
I also love the use of the smoke machine for Sweet Dreams because it did give an ethereal, just like him walking out on stage into a cloud of smoke just rolling off of the stage into the audience. That was aesthetically pleasing to moi.
Yeah,
I like that. That was good for me.
Yeah, he's good at telling a story. Through everything he did. So I don't know. You popped off on that, and that was crazy. I'm still on a high.
Yeah. Thank you for our Thursday, J-Hope. Please stick with us, like us, follow us, support us. We have Cash App and Venmo. Fund us.
Only, actually. Fund our next concert, because it's going to be expensive, especially that BTS
If
reunion
you
ticket.
can't go, send us the money to go live for you. Okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for watching, and hopefully we will see you soon in our next episode. Or at Only One Of. Bye.
Bye.